Key fall collection, Louis Vuitton is not going to design, create, or sell any of this anymore. It is now considered limited edition and priceless. These bags have doubled or even tripled in value and price from when they first came out. This is over 20 years of collaborations with different artists and designers. This is probably the most fascinating story, this red bag right here. 2013, designed by Marc Jacobs in collaboration with Kusama. Kusama has a mental illness, and Marc asked her to draw on a piece of paper what her illness looks like to her. She drew this out and said this is what she sees inside her mind at all times and how she sees life. So Marc decided to put it on a bag and her honor. She just turned 80 years old, she lives in Japan, and she's so crazy that in the mornings, she checks herself into a mental hospital, does her art and her work in the institute, and then checks herself out at night every day. 2017, Jeff Koons, as you know, Louis Vuitton likes putting LV on everything. Jeff Koons wanted to put his initials on the bag, and they said absolutely not and wouldn't let him. But he fought for many years, and he got his way because he's the only artist that's allowed to put his own initials, JK, next to LV on a bag. He likes putting art on top of art, so you have the Mona Lisa and the Tiger Hunt by Da Vinci and Rubens. Those are the artist names on the front. And these are the most expensive bags in this room because these bags, including the first batch that they ever made, are all hand-painted. That's the one that shocks people the most. That is the only one that's not a bag. It's completely made of steel. It's made of solid bronze. It was designed in 2001 by a woman named Sylvie Fleury. When she designed it and put the monogram on it, she did not get permission to do so. So Louis Vuitton sued her and took her to court. Then when the CEO showed up in court, he loved the statue so much that he dropped the lawsuit and bought it for himself. A year later, he loved it so much that he put it on the front of a Louis Vuitton magazine and made it very famous because it is a one-of-a-kind piece. This is 2017, designed by Kim Jones, who is Supreme's top designer. I'm sure a lot of you are obsessed with Supreme. I don't know why. But I will tell you, a lot of people don't know that Supreme actually knocked off Louis Vuitton 20 years ago. They went to court over it. It was a massive court case that lasted many years, and Louis Vuitton won, and they did not speak for over 10 years because they had bad blood. 20 years later, Supreme became a massive company on their own, and they asked Louis Vuitton to collaborate, and they said, "Are you kidding me? Absolutely not." And they said they refused and said they would never do it. But at the end of 2016, Supreme was so big and backed by so many celebrities that Louis Vuitton had no choice but to forgive them and push the past aside and say yes, and now it is the biggest collaboration that Louis Vuitton has ever had in history. These are the oldest bags, 2000 into 2001, designed by Marc Jacobs in collaboration with Steven Sprouse. Steven Sprouse then passed away 3 years later from lung cancer, unfortunately. So Marc designed and released that bag in his honor in 2009. That is in memory of Steven Sprouse because they were best friends. That is the rarest bag in here. They made less than 100 of those bags. I had a woman come in here who owns one of them, and she told me that she got followed to the bathroom one time by a woman who offered her almost $15,000 in cash for that bag because that's how rare it is. But she turned it down because she knows it's worth more than that. 2017, the Chapman brothers, Jake and Dinos Chapman, they consider this one to be the male version and this one to be the female version. They like mystical creatures and demented animals, as you can see. And they actually draw, design, and paint all the animals by hand. This is the newest of the collection. I'm sure you've all seen it. Designed by Virgil Abloh. If you don't know who that is, please Google him or ask me because he's very important to fashion right now. He released it this year. Now it's completely sold out. You cannot buy it. You cannot find it. And they just stopped making it last month. So it's now doubled in price. In January, it was about $4,000 to $5,000. Now to find it, it's about $8,000 to $10,000. They made 3 different kinds. They made this one that was blue, one that was pink. The pink and blue ones were only reserved for celebrities or people who requested it because it was very limited. This is the only one that was available to the public. My favorite bag and artist is on that wall. I'll tell you why. That bag was designed by a guy named Richard Prince. He's a famous graffiti artist from the UK. He designed this in 2008 with Marc Jacobs. And the reason why it's my favorite is because when they released it, everybody thought it was fake. But that was the purpose of it. He's a prankster, and he wanted to trick the audience into believing that it was a knockoff. And guess what? It worked because no one bought the bag. Put a price on them because they've never made another one. This is the oldest piece in this room, 1924. It was used to transport artwork and paintings for Rene Gimbel. He was a famous art dealer from the 20s and 30s and died very young in the mid-40s. His initials RG, if you come look, RG are painted on both sides. He requested that Louis Vuitton's son make him a trunk so that he can travel safely on boat boats with art is art. The crazy part about this is that it's made of solid wood, steel, and canvas, and everything you see on here is actually hand painted on without a stencil. The entire monogram is done freehand with a very, very steady hand. That's 2018, last year to transport the Milkmaid, the famous painting by Vermeer in this picture. It was customized to house and transport it from Amsterdam to Tokyo, and then never used again. Only for that one trip, that one purpose. This is 10 years ago, 2009, designed by Damien Hirst. It's probably the craziest piece in this building. Do any of you want to guess what it was designed for? Because no one's gotten it right yet. Anybody? No. Jewelry? I get dead body a lot though, so don't say that. No. What's that?
Too small for dead body.
Well, it depends. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot you can do when they're dead, so, no. It's actually designed for a doctor. It was donated to the Red Cross. It's completely filled from top to bottom with medical instruments and supplies for a doctor to do his work on someone. The butterflies outside represent life, which are hand-painted on by Damien. The skull inside represents death. This is the first time ever that it's being shown open to the public, so you're very lucky because he usually likes it to be closed, but he allows it to be open. I wish I could show you all of it, but I can't. He'll tackle me. These unlock like this, open like a swinging door, and drawers pull out, and they're beautiful customized medical instruments inside. For the first 20 years of his career, no one bought his art because they thought it was ugly and weird. He did not sell one piece for over 25 years because everyone literally hated it. Now, today, his artwork sells for over $2 million. He just sold a piece to Kanye West for $5 million, and he is now known this year as UK's richest artist to be alive because he's worth over $215 million. Even though Louis Vuitton considers this to be priceless, I'll give you an idea of how much it is going to cost. He, a couple of years ago, made a version of this. He made a second one that was half the size of this, that housed medicine and pills, and it auctioned off at $6.3 million. And he gave most of it to the Red Cross, so I'm sure when they do auction this off or sell it, it's going to be upward of 12 to 15 million for sure. My name is David. Let me know if you have any other questions. Take lots of pictures and hashtag Louis Vuitton X.